Hello everyone and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. Today I am opening a package of free art supplies I received from BeeBeeCraft. They have a special YouTuber program. If you have a YouTube channel, you can apply. You can get $40 US, 40, worth of free stuff from them if you promise to open it in a video and then do 2 more videos after that. I will have information in the description box down below on how you can apply for this program, and thank you so much Weblight Dreams for referring me. Also, yes, by the way, this is open internationally. If you are in a country that they would normally ship to, you can do this, and you can spend $40 US, not local currency, which was great because I'm in Canada and Canadian dollars is worth a lot less than US dollars in the exchange right now, so yeah. Alright, so what have we got here? We have some washi tape. I love using washi tape for watercolor artwork and just for masking purposes in general. So we've got what? 3, 6, 10. We have 10 assorted sizes. They're really, really cute. They're, the size I normally use. And after the unboxing portion, I am going to do a small watercolor piece, and I will be treating it like a tutorial to show you exactly how I use washi tape in watercolor. I do use it to hold down the edges like most people would, but I also use it as a masking surface type thing. You may have heard of frisket film or masking fluid, liquid frisket. I like to use this stuff. Next up, we have a complete perler beads starter set. Looks like this got a little shaken up in the mail. Some of the colors are out of place, but that is okay. So what they have sent is, we have all of these beads. We have a grid. We have instructions with some Easter themed images we could create. And what is this? Okay, this just appears to be tissue paper for the ironing process. If you're unfamiliar with perler beads, they're just little plastic beads like these. You put them on the hooks like this, and when you've got a whole bunch here, you've got the design you want, you put a piece of the tissue paper over it, or waxed paper if you don't have the tissue paper, and you iron it so that they all melt together. So one of the future videos I will be doing for BeeBeeCraft, I am going to do some pixel art with perler beads. And finally, you may be wondering what this fairly boring package that appears to be paper is. Well, this stuff shrinks in the oven when you get it hot enough, so you can make keychains and charms and stuff like that. So I will be testing this off camera, and the third video I make for BeeBeeCraft will be making some of these after I've tested it myself and made sure I don't burn down the house doing it. So here we go, $40 US worth of free arts and crafts supplies from BeeBeeCraft. Not technically a sponsor, but I did get free items in exchange for some videos specifically mentioning BeeBeeCraft and their program here. They do have free international shipping. I believe there is a minimum order threshold to get the free shipping, but they do have a free shipping international offer. So pretty much wherever you are in the world, you can get awesome arts and craft supplies from BeeBeeCraft, and if you have a YouTube channel, you may be able to join in on this program and get your first $40 US worth of stuff for free in exchange for some videos. If you were only here for the unboxing, you can leave now. I hope you will stay. I am going to do a watercolor piece, and I am going to teach you how I use washi tape like this to do my masking. Alright, for the painting demonstration / tutorial side of the video, I am going to be painting based on this beautiful little bird I found on Pixabay. I'm not entirely sure what species it is. I'm thinking some sort of starling. And as you can see, I have drawn it out here. I sketched it elsewhere and traced it onto here. That's why it looks so clean. That's normally what I do because watercolor paper is not the cheapest paper. I don't want to spoil it. Now, with washi tape, you can absolutely use the washi tape to tape the paper down. This is a fairly big paper for the size of these rolls. So for the outer edge, I'm going to use my regular cheap dollar store painter's tape. What I want to make sure I'm doing here is pressing quite firmly to make sure that that's going to create a water barrier. But I am also pressing quite firmly to attach it down to the board. This is a great way to avoid too much warping if you use a lot of water in your watercolor techniques. Always tape opposite sides of the page as you're going. Don't like go around clockwise or anything, because you want to get a stretching effect to pull this paper as taut as you can. You can obviously just go all the way out to the edge. I want to create a smaller image here, so I'm creating a smaller border. So there's the border of the image masked. Now I am going to put some tape along this fence line that the bird is sitting on. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do the background, then the fence, then the bird. So I actually need to tape mask over the bird's feet first. I'm going to use a different color so I can tell what I'm doing. So you may be thinking this looks like a mess. Well, that's where a knife comes in. I am going to trim out the edges of the bird underneath. I'm only pressing hard enough to get through the tape. Obviously, this means you want your sketch underneath to be dark enough that you can see it through the tape. I've chosen to use Prismacolor Col-Erase sketching pencils for this because they're somewhat water soluble. It will blend away. Again, be super careful not to cut the paper underneath. You don't want to create little gutters that will hold odd amounts of watercolor pigment. Now I will place that fence line. And now I can continue with the rest of the bird. I think I'll use this one. It looks like it's easier to see through. So here's the painting all masked off. I'm going to use my Winsor Newton Cotman and my Daily Rowney Aquafine watercolors. And I'm going to start with the background. I'm going to get that part wet first, which is why I did the masking, so that I can get this very blurred out, natural, out of focus background. this has had some time to dry. Normally I'm quite impatient and I'll use a hairdryer to speed up the drying process. Today I've got a lot of blogging to do, so I'm actually being patient and going off multitasking. If you are doing this tape masking method and you are also using heat to speed up the drying process, do be aware that heat destroys the adhesive in the tape, so it's not going to be a very good mask after you've applied heat. So in this case where I have 2 layers of masking, it's actually a really good thing that I didn't use any heat, because I don't want to destroy this mask before I'm done with this spot. So now it's time to do this fence, and then I will once again be patient, go off, do another bit on the blog, and then come back for the bird. Just like that, it's actually the next day. If you hear any weird sound effects from now on, that's because it's the middle of the day and my daughter is playing downstairs. So this is well and thoroughly dry. I'm going to take all of this masking off now. I'm going to add some base layers to the bird, let that dry, and then we'll add details to the bird and the fence. Correction, the sound effects you're hearing are my cat under the desk. What are you doing, Pebbles? There's the little bird. It looks like I overmasked where I wanted to put the claw over here. That's okay. I'm just gonna go with it, work with it. Other than that, this worked out quite well. So I have used heat to dry this last layer this time, and the tape's already been stuck down here, not at the edges of the paper for a whole day. Now that it heat, it's quite lifted. That's okay. All I have left to do now is to put the white details back on the bird, which I'm going to do with gouache because it's more opaque than regular watercolor. So let's go ahead and lift off this outer border. Actually, I'm going to hit it with more heat just to make sure it comes off nicely. One sec. Alright, I hit it with more heat. Let's pray and lift. I'm pulling away from the painting part so that if this does tear, it only tears in the white and not down into the painting. There it is. We have a fairly clean edge, not as clean as I would like, but fairly clean. And now I can go ahead and add my gouache details. And there it is. Most people will tell you that you're supposed to sign your work in the same medium you used, but I find watercolor particularly difficult to sign in, especially at this size, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign in ink. Little plain pigment fine liner, Unipen if you're interested. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching. If you're looking for more to watch, I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen now. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!